Hi RedEye, I'm Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Please check out my new movie Beyond the Lights, which is in theatres on November 14th.
Everybody says I'm special because I have this voice.
All the tears you're gonna cry.
But I'm just saying what everybody else wants me to say.
Cause your mama's name was Sloan.
Can you look at me for a second?
Cause you never loved.
No, wait! Hey, look at me! I see you. I see you. I see you.
Do you think there is such thing as bad publicity?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I mean, it depends what you're comfortable with.
It's such an interesting sort of maxim that has been out there for so long, where it's like, well, as long as someone's talking about you,
Right.
but as we've been discussing, like, there's now so many things that can happen to you that no one's going to be like, well, I didn't want that sex tape to come out, but as long as people are talking about me.
Right. Well, I think, the thing that we explore in Beyond the Lights is the idea of, yes, you can put yourself out there in whatever fashion you choose, but what's the cost? And what is the trade-off for that kind of exposure? And, certainly in the case of Noni, it's really, her sense of self-worth and her soul that gets, traded off for this, sexualized persona and a rise in popularity in the charts. But, it's come at a big cost for her.
For all the people out there who want to be famous so badly, what do you think is something that would surprise them the most about thinking that it's this easy, awesome, glamorous world, while not thinking of all the tough stuff that we see in this movie, that, like, you have to work hard and you have constant pressures and just an infinite number of things? What do you think would surprise people the most about downsides of fame?
Well, I think, being famous in itself is not really a healthy aspiration. I think if you do something that you're passionate about and you have something important to say and something to express, for some things like acting, sometimes fame is a byproduct of a lot of people appreciating what you do. But I certainly wouldn't recommend, aspiring for fame's sake, because I think it's, it's an old adage, be careful what you wish for, but it's certainly not, you need to have something else. You need to have something substantial behind you, I think.
How interested are you in being a pop star now? And when is your album coming out?
I really, I'm an actress, and this was great to play this role, and it was great, to explore this world and this character. But, I have no aspirations to be a pop star. Noni, it was, a wonderful character, and it helped us to explore, many of these issues that women face today, in terms of identity and perceptions of beauty. And owning yourself, but I don't know. I think that the great thing about acting is that you can play a variety of roles, and I would hate to be in a position like Noni where I felt trapped in one pop persona.
So if someone approached you and said, we think you're awesome and we love your voice and we'd like to cut a record, you'd say thanks but no thanks?
I mean, who knows? Never say never. The music for this film was definitely all developed for this character. So, if I felt like I had something to express and, in my own style, I might explore that at some point. But, there's many, many, many more talented musicians than myself. And I definitely think that I am an actress first.
You, of course, have Jupiter Ascending coming out early next year,
Right.
Where I believe you play a half-human, half-deer genetic splice, according to the internet.
Yeah.
What kind of research can you do for a half-human, half-deer genetic splice?
Well, that movie was very much, a sort of space supernatural kind of movie. So in terms of naturalistic research, that wasn't really the place for it. I did actually go to Richmond Park and check out some deer. We have a lot of deer in Richmond Park in London, which was fun. But I think it was more about trusting the Wachowskis' vision and the world that they were creating, which was very much not a naturalistic world.
You weren't that worried that the deer population would find it inauthentic in any way?
No.